Whoa! Oh my God!
Adult conversation.
Start talking to somebody. Everybody is not gonna connect with you. Just because you like somebody does not mean
They gonna like
that
you.
they gonna like you, and that's okay.
That was a statement, though. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay. Everybody. I like that right there.
You feel me? I need your dick to be damn near as big as my shot.
Listen, I don't give a goddamn what people say. Ain't nothing like a black man. A big old black man. Like, you need that love in your life. Because evidently you ain't never experienced that. But I'm not going to stop being who I am because you used to fuck up. You know what? It's almost like mental edging. If you think about it.
Listen, because once we break, all I gotta do is pray that we don't break nothing in the house. Because baby, it's going down.
But never scripted. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? Welcome in, good young people. It's your girl Irene, the Passion Queen, and the beautiful, she on that side, and the beautiful Case Simone.
Oh wait, there we go.
Yeah, it's so confusing every single time. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it out, tell a friend to bring their ass on in. And we gonna get this. Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate y'all. We gonna get this motherfucker started though. So today's topic of discussion is 7 relationship rules.
I'm about to say maybe we shouldn't use the word rules because you know how people do like it should be no rules in relationship. Get out your ass because we use the word rule because just say maybe we should say expectations.
Guidelines. Okay, expectations. Guidelines.
Guidelines too. I don't care, goddamn it, it's a rule. Don't break it.
Yep. Okay. Don't break it, or I can break you. Hey, look at God. Won't He do it? Hallelujah. All right. Hallelujah. All right, guys. So we're gonna give y'all the video that we got this from. So let's go ahead and get this thing queued up for you real quick. All right, so
there are 7 rules that we all should implement for our next relationship. I want you to want me. I don't want you to need me. Because when you say that you need me, to me, that means that you can't survive without me. And that's just too much pressure. That's not romantic to me. That's toxic. Number 2, we should plan one date night per week. One thing that I never want to do in my next relationship is become complacent and we stop dating each other. Now, I'm not saying that we got to go out to a fancy restaurant. We can do game night at the crib in our pajamas. Maybe order some food, our favorite snacks. Number 3, to prioritize our health or healing in that relationship. I vow to stay in shape physically, mentally, and emotionally. That way, I can always show up as the best version of myself for you, and you vow to do the same. Number 4, we will not yell or disrespect each other during a disagreement. I'm not saying that we won't argue or disagree, but let's make sure to always attack the problem and not attack each other. I never want it to be me versus you. I always want it to be us versus the problem. Number 5, we agree to maintain our independence and relationships outside of our relationship. I want us to be able to live 2 separate lives together. Listen, baby, go out, have fun with your friends. Just let me know that you're safe. That's it. I can't be everything to you. Number 6, we vow to never have important conversations via text. You cannot tell a person's expressions or tone via text. I don't want to misinterpret or for you to misinterpret what I'm saying. Lastly, on this list, number 7, we agree to never go to sleep angry at each other. If at the end of the night we still having a disagreement, let's set a 20-minute timer, get it off our chest, and we let it go. But every single night, you better tell me you love me. I tell you that I love you. We can pick this shit back up in the morning or tomorrow. Fellas, hear me out. Listen to the whispers so you don't have to hear the screams. Peace. There are 7 rules that.
all right. What up, Mr. Smell Good? Welcome
What up,
in.
Mr. Smell Good? What up, broski? I mean, I agree with all of them.
Oh, I ain't gonna. I do too. I wish. Did you write them all down? Because I did not. I ain't even think about writing them all down.
I couldn't even really get to 7 because, like, to me, I mean, this gonna sound bad, like, but I think sometimes when you hit one point, like he was talking about not, being kind to one another, making sure that you ain't yelling and you talking and you hit communication. Once you kind of put those in there, it kind of erases a lot of the other stuff
It
that's
is.
at the bottom, because at the end of the day, like, I would want to vow to him and he vow to me, like, the communication part is definitely key to me. Like, okay,
100%.
Kay, don't break down, don't shut down, because I know me, I just be quiet and I'd be like, nothing, okay? And I just get real short.
Listen, listen, Linda.
Because, like, my biggest fear for me is when I get in a disagreement that I am already a backed up ball of emotion. So
Mm-hmm.
once you tap into that, like, where you trying to, no, we need to talk this out, we need to talk this out. No, I want to talk that. The sad thing is, I would rather leave you alone.
Listen, Linda, because the way I will fold into myself
I
is
will, like,
insanity. So okay, so before we run down ours, let's run through his real quick, right?
okay,
I just want to make sure we hit these points real quick because he made some really good points. So the
really good
first
ones.
one was to love yourself more than you love me. And I know for a lot of people they don't necessarily agree with that. They don't understand it because a lot of women walk around with the idea of the man needs to love them more than they love him.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like,
Nope.
when it comes to how we love each other, I think it should be somewhat, it should be a balance in that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, you guys should be on a level playing field, but there may be days where you may have to pour a little bit more than the other person does for
Facts.
whatever reason, right?
Big facts.
But at the end of the day, which is one of the things on my list, was never neither one of us should lose ourselves in a relationship, which is basically the same
What
thing that
one
he's
of, yep,
saying.
that man,
You
yep,
know,
that's what he
like,
said.
I need you to love you because I don't want you pouring from an empty cup.
Mm-mm.
So just like you got boundaries with everyone else, of course you should still have boundaries with me. I don't
Right.
think because you are my person, you my husband or whatever, that we should lack boundaries and respect for each other. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and then here's
saying?
the thing, like we said before on a show, at the end of the day, just say if it's one, if you always looking for me to be that person that's gonna love you more than you love yourself, what if I have a slow day one day? What if I
Hmm.
don't have it to be your only, sense of inspiration or whatever, or motivation or whatever? You have to also know how to self motivate yourself. You have to also know how to pour into yourself. And if you don't have that, you gonna exhaust the hell out of your partner all the time, because they have to not
Hmm.
only have their cup full for them, but they got to have their cup full for you. And it's like, at the end of the day, when you're extra needy in that area because you don't have any self motivation for yourself, it's like, are you really pouring back into your partner too?
I mean, yeah,
Because
because
you're not about to drain me dry because you don't have no self motivation. Or then it's like,
right,
also, if you don't have no self love for yourself, is there gonna be an insecurity that's gonna start?
of course,
So
of course.
nah,
But
I
one
don't
of
want.
one of the craziest things that I've dealt with in my past relationships, right, when it comes to this topic particularly,
Mhm,
I am a person who I can be a bit of an overachiever at times, right?
mhm,
So your girl we got a bachelor's degree, we got a master's degree. Both of them
mhm.
have addition. They're not just a basic degree; they have additional concentrations on both of them, so forth and so on. Right? I've had these things. Now, mind you, a lot of people don't know that about me because I don't lead with that information. Because don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of my accomplishments,
Right.
but I'm more than just my accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I don't need to lead with those to make myself seem like super important or something like that.
Right.
I have had the fact that I made the decision to go to college and accumulate debt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Throw back in my face. Oh, you think you somebody because you got your degree and because of the specific school that I went to, and I'm like, no, bitch. I think I'm somebody who got a
Oh my
degree and
God.
got
It's like,
debt.
since you got your degrees and you think you know
You
every
just know
fucking thing.
everybody.
But you
Like
do have
I,
some people
I,
that say that though. Unfortunately, they do really do say that, because
yeah.
I remember it was a time when I was talking to somebody, and like, I quietly got my master's last year. And it's like, oh, you just don't want to make no
Real
time
fucking
for this
quiet.
person. Huh?
I said
I
real
mean,
fucking
a lot
quiet.
of y'all knew, but it's like, that was for me though. That wasn't for me to be like, oh, da 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 da, like you said. It's like,
Right.
that was for me. Like, I wanted to do that for me. And it's like I had that almost thrown in my face, and I'm like, oh word, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So those things, it's always interesting because those are the moments where you get to really see how people view you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So dealing with a person who has a certain level of insecurity around things that you have absolutely no control over.
Mm-mm.
Because I've also somebody decided that I was dating, decided they wanted to go back to school. Well, they threw it up in my face. It was like, the only reason I went back to school because of you. I said, why? Because of me. I never told you. I didn't tell you to go back to school. You said you wanted to go back to school. I was
Oh my
supportive. So
God!
how is
But
it my
why?
fault? Because they made the assumption that the man that I would marry has to have a degree. I said, who told you that?
No.
My daddy that don't even got no degree. So who told you that?
Man, neither.
Girl,
Baby, straight street smarts. And that's
okay,
what I hate when people put that on you to the fact that, okay, just because you look at me, I don't ever want you to assume what you think you need to be for me. Why don't you just ask me?
that part.
Unless you look at me and you feel a certain kind of way, then that's your problem, not mine. Like if you feel inadequate because of the stuff that you know that I got going on, that's not my problem. That's not my
At all.
fault. If anything, you should take it to motivate you to do the things that you want, not the stuff you think that I want you to do. Cause that's
Right.
crazy.
Trust me. Listen, I've been told that I've had people make assumption about how much a dude gotta make to be with me. Look, it's crazy. It's like, bro, y'all don't know how simple of a person I really am.
Hello? Hello. And honestly, I feel like this is how I feel like a lot of people don't really pay attention because even on social media, if you pay attention to the women that really actually are in a comfortable space, they literally are saying, I just want somebody kind. I want somebody consistent. I want somebody that's thoughtful. Like
Hmm.
nobody is saying this that actually has something that is like that they've accomplished already.
Right.
Everybody that's looking for you to be their knight in shining armor are the people that's talking about, oh, you need to take me to roof, Chris. You need to do this. You do that. Because they're not taking themselves. If
That
you pay
part.
attention, pay attention. Like, now don't get
Pay
me wrong.
attention.
You may have some people out there that be like, okay, if you can't keep up with the same pace that I got. But a lot of people is not saying that. They
Right.
really not.
They really not. All right. So the second thing that he mentioned was making sure that you had a date night once a week.
Yes, I agree. If it's
I
possible.
right. I agree, but disagree. Well, no, I agree. I'm gonna say I agree
Hmm.
because I think the thing is when you hear date night, the first thing you think about is, oh, we got to leave the house.
Hmm. True.
I don't think it necessarily has to be something where you leave the
Mm-mm.
house. And don't get me
No.
wrong, and I think the reason why a lot of people think, oh, we need to leave the house is because typically you like, well, we eat dinner with each other on a regular basis.
Right.
Yeah, but if you put a little bit more effort into what the night has in store, then it doesn't have to be just sitting here eating dinner together. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Cause like he said, game night, anything.
Baby,
Anything.
them little paint and silk joint sets
I
off of
love
Amazon
that.
be less
I
than
love
ten
that.
dollars. They less
Girl,
than ten
and then
dollars.
a lot of people don't realize that like the same painting tips you go to, they have them on YouTube. So even if you just go to like any little store and get the like the supplies, you could just do it from
Baby,
your living room.
you can get all that shit at Dollar Tree.
True.
Well,
That is very
dollar
true.
25, $1.25 tree now.
Girl,
But
thank you. Oh, that's an idea. Oh, that's kind
they,
of sexy.
like for real, listen, go to the Dollar Tree's art and supply section. You dead
Yeah.
at you could dead ass find some really cool shit to do, especially if you a big
Girl,
ass
you
kid
lay
at
out a
heart
little
anyway.
blanket in your living room with some candles and some music and some wine with
Okay,
the
go to
canvas
Aldi.
set up on the floor, girl. I'm getting halfway
Right.
through that picture. I'm gonna let you know now.
Okay, hello. You could listen, cheap date night idea, right? You go to the Dollar Tree. You can get your little art supplies or something for y'all to do. You get you some snacks. Go to
Hmm.
motherfucking me Aldi's or whatever your little, cheap grocery store spot is, right?
Hmm.
You can build your own charcuterie board, get you some
Yes, you
cheap.
can. I
The
do it all the
wine is
time.
cheap. Okay, listen, the wine is cheap, but the shit
It's
be good.
good,
Okay.
especially
The
the
shit
fruity
be like
ones.
$4, $5. It be
Girl,
like $4, $5.
that damn pineapple
Okay.
wine at Aldi's
Hit every time.
every time.
Every time. You can fuck around and spend that. You probably won't even spend $30 for the whole date night. And then the only other thing you got to worry about is dinner. And depending on what type of chick she is,
Girl, you can save your money for the plan B in the morning.
hello.
Net number 3.
All right, number 3, we prioritize our health.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
agree with
I
that.
think, right. And he went down the list. He said it need prioritize your mental, your physical, your spiritual health, your emotional health, the whole
Mm-hmm.
9 yards, which is extremely important because if you're dealing with somebody, if you're in a relationship with a person, and most importantly, well, I don't know if I want to say most importantly because all of them are important.
Yeah,
But if that person doesn't push you or encourage you, or if their presence at the very least doesn't urge you to want to be the best version of
version of
yourself,
yourself. Amen. That's true.
then what y'all doing? Why
And
we
I
sitting up here
love
playing these
that he,
games?
yeah, and I love how he broke it down like that too, because I can see a lot of people argue and talking about, oh, so you just encouraging people to, stay small for their man or stay small for they girl. I'm like, no, he did say physical health, he said all of that, but at the end of the day, it's like if y'all want to have longevity in this life together, you want to be healthy, and like he said, spiritually and
Mhm.
mentally healthy, like all around. But it's like when I heard that, I was like, well, I know somebody was probably arguing in his comments, like, physical health. But at the
Because
end of the day, I do want to be physically healthy too, because there's some positions and some things that I like doing now,
hello,
especially since I'm 20 pounds lighter now. Girl, I can wrap my arms around my ankles. I
come
like
on now,
that.
period. Okay, but here's the thing: being physically healthy doesn't mean you finna be skinny.
Exactly.
It's some skinny people out here with worse uh cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, and
Baby,
all that type of stuff. And my fat ass is sitting over here. All my numbers is good.
good. Hello? That's the biggest stigma ever. It's like y'all just automatically think that people, because they fat, that they just got, they are so unhealthy. But no.
And let me go ahead and say this before I get fussed. That I only said fat ass for the purpose of the statement. I listen. Anyway. Next thing he said was no yelling or disrespecting each other. Now, baby,
Listen, I can't take it no way.
because the moment I feel like you talking
Uh-uh.
to me like a regular motherfucker,
Woo!
I would talk to you like a bitch on the street. I have gotten listen. Mm, it's it's a very slippery slope with me and that shit, right? I'd have been there where somebody wanted to be disrespectful, and I'd have
Mm-hmm.
tried to be loving and caring and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you not to talk to me like that.
Mm-mm.
You got maybe one time for me to be like, I'm gonna need you to fix this and fix it fast
Baby.
before I might click the fuck out. I can't make no promises at this point in my life. This is why I stay out the way of bullshit.
I do.
So I don't click the fuck out.
Listen, because like I said before in the show, like I have loud sound triggers anyway because of because of that situation. So at the end
Hmm.
of the day, you think I'm about to get in another situation that want to be yelling and fussing and don't know how to talk to me correctly? Oh no, because I am not liable for what I do after that.
Listen, what you get is what you
Period.
get. Because if you want to keep poking the bear, then shut up when you get mauled. Right. Um. So the other thing that he talked about is maintaining your independence. I think this is very
Oh
important. So he talked
yes.
about still being able to go on your girls' trip, your guys' trips, hanging out with your friends, doing those things that y'all love to do individually that makes you all individuals. It's always cool to be able to do things together, to even bring your partner in on the things that you like
Mm-hmm.
to do, but you still should have some level of individuality, right? I
Right.
think I think one of the things that I struggled with as a child watching my parents' relationship, but more specifically watching my mother in their relationship, is realizing that for a long time, my mother was a mother and a wife.
Mm-hmm.
She was a daughter, she was a sister, you know, sometimes a friend, but the majority of her life was mostly taken up with being a mother, a wife, and a daughter. And I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way, but I remember because, mind you, I was a very headstrong child. Very, you can't tell me what
Same.
to do. Like, baby, it was a struggle. I bless my parents, okay? Because I can admit that now. and I understand why she operated the way she did, which is another reason why when baby I be pushing my mom to do all types of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? She retired. I'm like, girl, who gonna check you?
Right.
What you got to do? Girl, get
Right.
out. You want to buy your that purple? Do it. Who gonna say something? Who gonna check you? What's gonna happen? Nothing.
Right.
You know. But I also take into account my mother is a conservative, not
Same.
not how she votes, just how she presents herself in the world.
Exactly. Very church going women. Because my
There
mama
you
the same way.
go. Right. She ain't fully saved and sanctified, but my mother is very much. I'm gonna be put together. Even if I'm running to the grocery store, we gonna be put together. I'm gonna have a little bit of makeup on. You gonna have these earrings in, and my hair's gonna look nice.
Right.
She's that lady. Whereas my wild and crazy ass, you never know what you're gonna get sometimes. But I used to just be like, it was a point where I felt like my mother didn't necessarily think for herself, and mainly because every time I would say something, well, let me go talk to your dad. Why you gotta talk to him? Why can't I just get an answer?
But that's a partnership though, because at the end of the day, you know, yeah.
I'm saying it now. Then
Because
it was
honestly, when I asked my daddy something, it was like, well, what your mama say?
true, true. You hear
So,
me? Granted, I get that now, and a lot of it was just me being an impatient child. I want
mhm,
my answer now. I asked the question now. I want the answer now. Why
true.
I gotta wait until this old man get off work so you can talk to him? And my father was working 12 hour shifts at
Hey,
the Uncle
see,
Ben factory. Like, child, I would be in the bed by the time he come back. I want that answer now. I want to be able to call my friends and be like, "Hey, I got the answer. Now I gotta wait till in the morning to get there. I don't want to do that."
right.
Is honestly what it was. Irene was a very impatient child. Irene can be a very impatient adult as well, but that's another story for another day. But
I
I
mean,
agree with that though.
I agree with
Hmm.
it too, but it's also a balance between also like we talked about on the show all the time. It's like I'm also gonna be the person that's like my man, my man, my man, my man, and then it's like, oh, I'm out, baby. Don't text me and say you miss me. I'm out. I'm out.
Right.
So it's like it's a balance though too, because like I do also want to have my individuality. I want to have my businesses. I want to have my dreams, my goals, and you also have yours, and we support each other through them. And also though, but also be a tight unit and be,
Right.
have an amazing foundation. So I feel like it's a balance between making sure you still have that individuality, but I love my man. You know what I mean? I want to be with my man. I want to sniff him like booger sugar. I want to be laying on his
Every
chest at all times
every
because I
day.
actually genuinely love you and I actually genuinely want to be next to you. So sometimes that's kind of hard, especially like in the beginning when you
Hmm.
really, 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 really like and love somebody like that, and you really just love the connection that you have, you do want to be connected. It's like you be out, you be like, man, I could be getting my
Right.
cheeks slapped right now.
I could be.
But
Yeah,
I do
I'm
feel
over
like it
here
is
dancing with
important to
my
keep that
homegirls.
individuality, though. It is important,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, cause you over here, like, I'm dancing with my own girl. I really be throwing that ass back on that
hello,
nigga.
hello. Listen, like it's cool to be out, but it's like y'all, I'm leaving at 9:30. Just letting y'all know.
And don't let a text message come through
No,
before.
right. It's like, babe, why you don't never text me no more when you out? Because I know if I
And
text you. See, and
I'm coming
I'm the
home.
trifling person that if I know you out, I'm gonna be sending titties, ass. Like
All
I
that.
just wanna say I miss you, D.
Right. Hey, just thinking of
I'm like,
you.
girl, you trying to make me come home? Nah, I want you to have fun, man. I just want you to know.
It's real.
You remember that spot you bit last week? It's still right here.
Right. I mean, but if you feel so inclined, just
Right.
saying. All right. So number 6 was no important conversations via text.
Amen. I
Okay.
agree. Go ahead.
It's, I'm not. I do agree, but especially because, like you said, it's very hard to read emotion via text a lot of times, right?
It is.
Now, here's my caveat.
Uh-oh.
You. I think you'll understand when I say it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person who sometimes, especially if you ask me an emotional question on the spot, I freeze up, baby. I lock up quicker than a Cadillac that ain't had no oil in it. Okay,
True.
like I lock up fast. Um, so sometimes, especially if we're like in a disagreement or a debate or whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I need that time to write out my thoughts, to process my emotions.
True.
And being able to write it out and read it back to myself, making sure that I'm verbalizing exactly what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, your girl talk fast sometimes. I trip over my words. So if you get me emotional and I'm talking fast, I'll start tripping over my words. I'm gonna start forgetting things that I really want to tell you, and then I feel like I didn't express myself the best, right?
Right.
So I'm all for writing out my thoughts and then giving, whether you write it out on paper and give it to the person, write it out via text and then send it, because baby, you put that thing in your notes folder, you write it out till you get it to where you want it, and you send it.
Yes.
Sending
That's
it
why
is
my notes is
is
full right now. Like
listen. Sending it is the key, right?
it
But
is.
but there also needs to be an opportunity to discuss the information. So you can't just send the text and feel like that's it. You can't
That's right.
send the text and although I probably have sent a text or two and been fingers crossed we don't gotta talk about this. I'm totally fine with us not talking about this. And
Wait,
actually acting
have you
like
ever
it ain't
sent
never
the
happened.
text and then turned your phone off or just
Yep.
turn it on do not?
Hell yeah. Girl, I just sent a text, turned the ringer off, threw it across the room and everything. And made sure I didn't have my Apple Watch on too, because I don't want no
Oh my
notifications.
God. Listen.
Child,
Because number one,
sure
I'm
have.
not a confrontational person. Don't get me wrong, but I will do what I need to do in a conversation. But I'm just not a confrontational person, especially when it comes to like that. And it's like, and then the reason why I say I like verbal communication a little bit better is because sometimes like I'm an overthinker and I don't want to
Mm,
always read something and then overanalyze it and give myself anxiety when that's not what a person or he meant. You know what I mean? So it's like
right.
or I'd be like, well, can you elaborate on that? Or can you call me and just tell me, what you meant by that? And then, that's when, of course, that person will call me back and be like, okay, yeah, this is what I meant. So calm your ass down. Like, okay.
Yeah, I'm terrible about asking for clarification.
I don't want to assume because my whole thing is this. Like, I feel like, the people that in my life right now are an amazing blessing to my life. And I don't want to lose that. Like, I have not been disappointed by the people that are consistently right now in my life. You know what I mean? And it's like, I
Mm,
don't want to overthink it and mess up my own blessing from my own mind. So,
extra noises and stuff.
yeah. So, I mean, that's why I'm just saying.
No, but here's the thing, and I 100% agree with that, and
Hmm.
it's a constant battle with me. Because here's the thing about doing that, right? You
Hmm.
have to be ready for whatever the answer is,
True.
whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Facts.
Sometimes, a lot of the time, I don't be ready for the answer. Yes, yes, is that like playing Russian roulette? Because the truth of the matter is, you could hear what you want to hear. You could
True.
hear the very thing that you need to hear to give you peace and understanding.
Right.
I understand it, but on the opposite side, I could hear a thing that could make me ready to crash out. Who knows? Sometimes
Hmm.
you have to judge your mental state
That's true.
in the moment. But I do. But at the end of the day, going back to communication being the basis or the key
Hmm.
for any good relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things like that I know myself personally. I have to work on, and
Yeah.
that's the whole thing with me being transparent with people, and working on being completely emotionally available for individuals and not deciding how much of
It's the way
myself
you
I feel like
talking
somebody's
right
paying.
now. That's like
Because I just need you to know, killing
true.
me right now.
True.
I am
Um, but
struggling to
I
say
think
all of
that's
this.
also when you know who you dealing with too. Like if you spent a significant amount of time with somebody, you already know that they overthink. You already know. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I do need that man and that person is gonna hold my face and be like, everything is fine. It's
Yeah.
okay. You don't have anything to worry about. If
I ain't
that
gonna
came
hold
off
you.
told in a text message, that's not what I meant. It's okay.
Right. Sometimes I wish people could just read minds. It just,
No.
but that's not the case.
Uh-uh.
So the last thing we
That nigga
just
be
we
like, you
just
want to do what to
now see that's the part. That's the thing. I have no problem verbalizing all of that. All of
me?
that.
I mean, some of it can get a little scary. I don't want no scared man.
I'm surprised at this point. I'm surprised ain't nobody scared. Cause I've even had to clutch my own pearls like Irene. You want to do what?
What? That's what I'm saying. You really want him to be like, did you really just think that, you little nasty?
Right.
Like, that should be against the law. Okay, go ahead.
So the last one that he mentioned was not going to bed angry with each other. And he's like, if we get to the point of getting ready to go to bed angry, then we need to take 20 minutes, lay everything out on the table, and agree to be done with it. I understand the sentiment with it. Do I think it's practical? Not 100%. And now, mind you, I'm looking at this through how I operate through my feelings and my emotions.
Hmm.
So there may be times where we've had a disagreement or something is bothering me. I have no problem being like, hey, I'm gonna let you know that something bothered me, but I need some time to process it so I can, be
Yeah,
able to properly verbalize what I'm feeling
yeah,
or why I'm feeling whatever the case may be. I may need to sleep on this.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Only
saying?
because I don't want to. I understand the power of words, and I don't ever want to say nothing that I can't take back. So sometimes
Hmm.
I'm gonna need a minute to sit and process it and be like, okay.
Right.
So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. For that reason, I don't necessarily agree with the whole um
But
uh
there may be
you know
still a way to be like, hey, this is what's going on right now. Like, I still love you, I still care about you, but let's take a minute to process and talk about this later, and we'll talk
hmm
about it again tomorrow. So that's kind of like still not really going to bed with it. You going to bed with it
yeah.
unsolved, but you're not going to bed with it uncommunicated. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you over that. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm with you with that. Okay, so that was all seven of his. What's one of yours that doesn't or that
So,
doesn't fall with one of his?
um, I think the only one that I had that was not a part of his was the consistency part. So it's like, to me, is that I understand things happen. I understand things change, life happens or whatever. But I feel like the same consistent energy that we have was when we said like, okay, let's start this thing. We about to build a relationship and be consistent in growing the relationship. So if there's any point where it's like, we not trying to, still connect. We not trying to still date. We not trying to still grow. It's like at that point, I don't want you to force yourself to be with me. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
if we cannot like be dedicated to being consistent with each other, so we can grow with each other, I don't want it. I don't want it. But everything else was pretty much kind of like what he had: communication, date night. Oh, I had and be patient with each other,
Hmm.
because we have to also realize like both of us have came from past traumas, past relationships, and past situations. So knowing that about each other, you know we have to have some type of patience with each other, or some
Yeah.
type of understanding. Some type of understanding with each other. So those are the only other ones that I had.
Facts. So outside of what he had, three, I think I had three more that kind of stepped a little bit further. So one of them was getting inspiration or advice from others' relationship is fine, but ultimately it's our decision how we run our relationship.
Amen.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with sometimes going and possibly getting advice from someone who's been married a long time, um, because they have wisdom. Now you also have to look at what their relationship really look like at this point.
Hmm.
But in the process of getting advice, I think it's also important to understand the backstory of how people got to where they are. We
Amen.
gon' we ain't got to talk about this today. But prime example is that lady and her husband, where she was talking about she was ironing her husband shirts and stuff for him to go be
Fuck
with his
them.
side piece.
Mm-mm.
Baby, I pray God never puts that kind of patience in my life. Okay, please don't put me in a situation where I even got to worry about that.
Mm-mm.
But you know what I'm saying? Whatever their relationship looks like now, it may before people even knew all of this stuff. Which apparently somebody that go to their church said, "No, they talk about this in church all the time. This is how
Oh
they are."
wow. Oh wow.
Right. So it's like you need to know what their backstory is and how they got to where they at.
Right.
When you're asking someone for advice. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with like looking at others' relationships and like, yo, I see how they move. I would love to be able to
Mm-hmm.
move like that, but we need to look at how would that work for us. Because as
Right.
much as I love watching Deval and Kadeem Ellis, and
Yes.
I love how they operate with each other,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit up here and expect my man to be just like them.
No.
Me and my man, like, but the essence of what they have, that hey Jill, the
Hey
essence
Jill.
of what they have is extremely beautiful and I absolutely love it. Do I want to have to go through everything that they went through in order to get there? No.
Mm-mm.
But some of the things that they talk about that they have in their relationship today
Mm-hmm.
are absolutely beautiful, and I definitely think it's some things that I would love to have in my relationship.
Right.
I'm not sitting up here like, oh, we need to be like them.
Right.
I don't think people should be, that should be the goal when people talk about,
No.
or look at other relationships as inspiration or whatever the case may be.
Right.
All right. So another thing was transparency over honesty.
Mm.
Um,
There is
I
a
saw a
difference.
clip. There is a difference. The
Mm-hmm.
the the lady who was gathering uh Nick Cannon and what's that baby? What's that baby name? Cam Newton about
Oh.
all these children and stuff that they got or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. She was on this other guy's show and she said the difference between transparency and honesty is I ask you and you tell me, hey, what did you do tonight? Oh, me
Right.
and so went out to dinner. Well, who was this? Whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Transparency is, hey babe, I got dinner tonight with such and such, and they insisted
Right.
such and such is gonna be there. Do you want to come or whatever the case may be? Transparency is you giving me the full detail, all the knowledge that I need to
Mm-hmm.
have before I even have to ask for it, or it becomes an issue because some raggedy bitch decided she thought she was going to be hateful and wanted to run up and tell me something,
Right.
or one of my homegirls saw something and now they looking at you sideways because what's really going on. Um, You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important, and I'm not saying it's easy. Transparency, because transparency involves you really, really like putting forth the effort
Mm-hmm.
to, and I feel like that's not how I want to say it, but that's the only way I can think of it right now. Is really putting forth that effort to make sure that you're always considering your partner's feelings and
Mm-hmm.
making sure that they are at ease. And I
And
say it
that
that
there's
way,
an
but I don't mean
understanding
it
too.
right. And I don't mean it in a way that's like you are an untrustworthy person.
Right.
But here's the thing: if I always lay everything out on the table, especially in today's time where we know it's some vindictive people out here,
Mm-hmm.
if I give you all the cards that you can play in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and can't nobody come over here and fuck with you,
Listen, like my grandmama say, don't leave no room for the devil.
okay?
So listen, like, listen, we left here, babe. Even when you get ready to leave, baby, we just leaving. And again, this ain't got nothing to do with control. It has everything to do with that person's ease of that knowing you safe. Like, hey, babe, we just leaving the restaurant now. I'm headed home. I see you when I get there. Because like, but that means if he didn't get here between point A and B, I'm calling the police. I want to know if an accident done happened or whatever. But again, like you said, there's a difference between like, yeah, we'll be leaving here in about an hour or so.
Hmm.
Well, That's not enough. Like,
right, and then 2 hours then flew by, and you like,
yeah,
what the fuck is going on? Yeah,
exactly.
it's keeping your partner up to date with any and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you feel like it's annoying, it's a chore, it's overbearing for your partner to be concerned about your well being and your safety and what's going on in your life, then maybe you
Mhm.
shouldn't
No,
be in a
and I
relationship.
like it. I can't speak for everybody, but I like it. I love it. Worry about me.
Please.
Like, care about me. Like, hey,
So
hey,
when
hey,
I
hey.
say when I stand 10 toes down, bare flat footed,
Hello?
and I say it with my whole chest, nah, you don't want that mind don't play about me. I need
Hello?
it to be true.
Hello?
Okay?
Listen, the flip,
I
we're gonna
need it
flip
to be
flip this
true.
city upside down if I can't. You keep what? Hey, her location say her phone is right here. She ain't right here. So,
Baby, you better hear it clearly.
hello?
Okay. So the last one that I wrote down was never use affection as a form of manipulation.
Mm, yes.
Because being a person who is one of my top love languages is physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it used against me to manipulate me into doing things or whatever the case may be.
Facts.
Now, I'm also a very highly sexual person, right? But I can I can have physical touch moments that don't have to end up in sex. Would I prefer? Sure, but
Like, you can have
because
physical touch moments that don't if I'm in the movies, because that's about the only. Well, never mind.
I mean, listen, we didn't had our moments where it was physical touch. You was laying on me, I was laying on you, whatever the case may be, and we just went to sleep. Cool, that's fine. The moment I feel like you're dealing out, like you're rationing out physical
Uh,
touch and affection
yeah,
because you want your dick sucked,
true.
that's the moment I don't want to suck. That's when I don't want to suck it no more.
The- and this is
I don't
what
want to do it.
people do not understand. It's like we do it that way and that well because there is a genuine, like, you're him and he's just attached to you. So of course I listen.
Cause,
Listen. I adore him just like I adore you. So,
cause listen, you are talking to a person. You
man,
ain't. I am very much a. You ain't gotta ask me. Cause baby, I'm pouncing as soon as I see it.
listen.
I'm on it. So you walk in the door. I'm on you like white on rice.
Don't get
Okay?
me wrong. I'm gonna do my regular stuff. How's your day? How was it?
Yes.
Everything, like, or maybe I probably did that earlier, but still, make sure. I mean, but yeah, I'm a.
We right. We communicate. We talk.
But I mean, go let you take your little shower, from get the street up off you, the world or the work up off you. I'm like, you need some help. You be laughing like, no, because I know your little raggedy ass.
You just over here waiting on me to be naked.
I like, I got a towel.
Be waiting to tell how you gotta come get it.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all be sweating up and down and be big, but no. So it be some of us women out here that's worse than me. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I am.
I ain't
I
gonna
am
hold you. When I
a
when I
whore
like you, and love you, and I adore you like that. Listen, I'm a whole perv. I can't help it.
all the time. And it don't take much.
And then
It
you like to
don't.
put me into your grouping with you. You gonna put this lotion on me? You wanna put this beard on? Yes, I do wanna put this beard on in your bed.
Baby, I'm your back scratcher.
Hello,
I will oil you down. I do it all.
girl.
Goddamn
And people be like,
right.
"Oh my God, you shouldn't be catered to him like he a baby girl."
Why?
I love it.
Why the fuck not? Because that way he can cater to me like I'm a baby.
Hello, and then see that's the problem with a lot of people is that you don't get that reciprocation back for doing stuff that you do, and so you get
Hmm.
mad because you be hear other people talking about the way they like to love up on their person. But you gotta understand, I know that I'm gonna get that love back, baby. So when it be times where I be my back be hurting or my shoulders, well, I already know me. You can't rub on me for too long because I'm gonna take your hands.
Cause I listen. I am whole. Yeah. My lower back hurt, but you can go and rub that ass too. Go on, squeeze on them ass cheeks while you down there.
Pretty much. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like we always say, I feel like a lot of people just don't love and like the person that they with. But baby, you got to know if I'm your wife or your person, I love you and I adore you because I'm not wasting my time and wasting my life dealing with a person that I do not love and rock with like that. I
Hmm.
do not. Like I said, I've stayed in situations and relationships before way too long and past their expiration dates. I will never do that again. And trust
Mm-mm.
me, the moment you make me consistently feel, I should say that, you consistently make me feel like that's not the energy you want to give me anymore for some odd reason. And I've communicated and asked you, is there something wrong? You said no, but you consistently showed me that I'm not what you want no more. I'm out.
Yeah, nah, I'm not begging nobody to choose
No.
me. I'm
Mm-mm.
not begging you.
I beg you to stay.
And here go T. You only got so many times I'm gonna ask you a question.
Hello?
Cause after the second time, I'm starting to feel like I'm begging, and I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked a couple times, then baby, I don't say shit, and I
That
just watch
after
and see
that,
what the fuck you
like
do.
I said, I will give people a benefit of the doubt because we cannot take away from a person that something may be going on with them mentally and emotionally too, and
Hmm.
maybe they just don't want to verbalize it. But at the end of the day, if I've asked you like, "Hey, I need you to talk to me because there's something going on because this is how I feel and this is kind of like we're moving differently, or we're not in that same vibe and chemistry the way we were," and you be like, "No, no, no, everything cool, you tripping?" Oh, okay, there we go. I'm good.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not that mature.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes I'm working on it.
No, because I just say this: when I walk away from something or a situation or a person, place, or thing, I can walk away with the confidence knowing, A, I gave it my all. I tried to communicate it. I asked you, and if you did not tell me nothing after that, that's not my problem no more. I tried.
Yeah.
And I feel like walking away knowing that confidence and having that confidence, like, hey, I tried with you. I asked you. You didn't want to verbalize it. You didn't want to, and then it continued and consistently stayed the same way. So guess what? I'm at.
I feel you on that though.
No.
Because
I'm at.
yeah, nah, because my whole goal in my next relationship, right, is to make sure that my partner feels safe.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, mentally, physically, the whole nine yards. I want them to feel safe
Yes, ma'am.
because, first off, if you don't know, it has been well established that we like black men, big ones too.
Beer, whatever.
Hmm.
And y'all go
Crazy.
get the hoodie if you like them too. Link in the bio or the description box and get you a hoodie from the Queendom. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for the plug. Um, but I know the world is already rough on black men.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the last thing you finna have to do is come in this house and fight another battle. I'm not
Amen.
here to argue with you. I'm
Mm-mm.
not here to fight against you. I'm not here to control you. I ain't trying to be your mama. It ain't none of that. You
None
know
of
what I'm
that.
saying? But it is important to me that my husband be able to come home,
Amen.
know that he'll be able to decompress. Baby, if your
Hmm.
decompression is you need, the first 30 minutes of quiet when you walk in the door, cool. Just let
Hmm.
me know. I'll give you a kiss. At most, I ask you if you need anything, drink or anything right now. Okay, you
Ooh,
just gonna go, okay, cool, 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 cool.
baby.
You know what I'm saying? If it's getting on your video game, whatever it is, whatever you
Hmm.
need to do, have that decompression time because everybody, excuse me, deserves to
Bless
have
you.
that. Thank you. Everybody deserves to be able to have that peace of mind and not have to walk into their
Amen.
home to straight just another war. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I remember at one point it was this sound going viral on TikTok, and it was the original video was a girl going off on her boyfriend and calling him all types of name and basically telling this man he was shit and all this other kind of stuff. I am so conscious of how I talk to the man that I love.
Amen.
Baby, if I gotta talk to you like some regular ass nigga. Now my brother, I talk real crazy to my brother. That's a different relationship. You tell the bitch that you tell the bitch that's sucking your dick to coddle your feelings. I'm not here for that.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? But to the man that I love, that I'm in love with, that I want to spend the rest of my life with, all that kind of stuff, baby, I'm because the last thing I want to do is be a part of the breakdown of you.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And I need y'all to take this into consideration. When I say I talk to my brothers like that, it's because we have that level of relationship.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't sugarcoat nothing with them because see, they try and play with your feelings. I ain't got time. They do. But I'm very conscious because I'm here to build you up. I want to see you at your best. Not because I'm looking to benefit from it, because I love you so much. I want you to have the fullness of life that you deserve.
Yes, God.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here for. I will say this any day of the week. For the man that I love and I'm meant to be with and I'm a married and all that kind of stuff, like we should be able to compliment each other. There are certain skills that I have. You use these motherfuckers.
Hello?
Ask me the questions. Put me to work. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it's a vice versa thing because it's some stuff that I ain't so strong with. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all a prime example of how Kay and I operate with the show. You know what I'm saying? She's amazing at being on time and making sure that content gets posted, right? She's perfect for making sure the content gets done. So outside anything that y'all see outside of the show, outside of this arena right here, right now, y'all can clap and say, K for it. Because that's her wheelhouse. That's her strong suit. Yes, it is.
Listen, but I'm going to stop her and say, it is a beautiful 50-50 investment and collaboration. Like she said, y'all would not see us on this screen if it was not for her. Y'all would not see, the stuff posted if it's not for her. We have a beautiful working relationship, a beautiful friendship relationship, and it just shows. And it's like, yes, I do this part, she do this part. It ain't never been it's never been this. It's never been this. Because we both actually love the platform that we're on and we both put in work with it. So
I'm not saying I don't. Let me make sure I put it. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Now, when it comes to the technical side of everything, I got y'all.
Yes.
Like you said, making sure that all of this looks the way it looks and how it pops up and all the things that need to happen on the back end. I got that. I'm cool. But the point I'm making is this is where I shine at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, both of us got the gift of gab because clearly we done had 4-hour long shows. So we know how to talk.
Our 4-hour show was the best show ever. If we can ever figure out how to get it posted, I promise you. You know what, man? I told her we need a Patreon for some of those shows because
I feel like we probably gonna have to start a Patreon for that because some of that stuff I'm happy that show was on TikTok. That was a TikTok live. I don't know if that's one of them shows that needs to be forever cemented in the internet.
Because honestly, I don't even remember it because we were that lit. We took a girls trip to Vegas.
Oh, we were so drunk that night.
Also did our live.
Oh, it was so much liquor that night. So much liquor.
We had a ball, but
we had a good time.
It was just like I think it's sometimes we forget that the camera is on and people are watching. Especially back then, because we was even talking, and I said something that was like, "Bitch, I know you did not say that."
I said, who? I said, who? You said a whole lot there. You said a whole lot.
Definitely good times, Jill.
It was good times.
And again, that is how like the show even started and created because we were on TikTok just, piggybacking off of each other and just like literally, like I said, just the friendship that we have, we can actually like kind of, she'll be like, yeah, I already know how you think about that, or da 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 da. And people was like, man, y'all need to show. Man, this is crazy. Y'all are just fun to watch. And like y'all just always make me smile and make me laugh. And we was like, all right, here you go. And then we thought
Yeah.
TikTok was leaving. So we was like, we need to go on and put this thing on YouTube. I mean, and it's still cool because we are able to create clips for y'all to watch. So just hit show recap, playlists and just watch them all.
Just
But
watching.
yeah. So like I said, I love it. It's definitely a team effort, and I just appreciate my sister because, like I said, she do a lot of the stuff and she send it to me and I post it and we just get it done as a team. And like
Yeah.
that's the only thing how things work, even in friendships and relationships, is you gotta have
Mm-hmm.
teamwork. Like she said, your partner could be strong at this. Like like just think of a man, he'll work his ass off, but he just needs that one person that know probably promotion, that know business, that know this and how to do that. Will he be the front liner and work his ass off? Yes, but and most dudes just not good at technical stuff. They just really not. Like they'll work
I,
their ass off, have a good work ethic, but sometimes they just need that extra boost in that backbone.
and sometimes it's not even the technical stuff. Sometimes it's the person. It's the personable stuff.
Yeah.
It's the making those connections outside of
Mhm.
your office space or whatever the case may be. And
Mhm.
sometimes you need a little assistance with that.
That's
It
true.
just varies. And but that's the biggest point I'm trying to make. Like you should be able to work as a partnership in
Mhm.
your relationship. It shouldn't feel like you're in constant competition. I don't get it twisted. I like a little competition because if we decide to go play pool, X on, stuff like
I
that,
love
I'm
that.
I'm whooping your ass
I'm talking shit.
all
Like
over
I
there.
love talking shit to my partner. I ain't gonna hold you.
And
Oh
then
really? Oh really? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I know
I'm
I'm
just
getting yoked
hoping.
up later, but it's all a part of the plan. It's all a part of the plan.
Yes, please and thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the wonderful reaction that you gave me. I mean,
Yes,
I
thank
wasn't
you.
aware.
That's what we're looking
But
for.
yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So healthy. There's a such thing as healthy
Hmm.
competition, but we shouldn't be competing in life.
No,
You know what I'm
God no.
saying? Like that. I don't think that's it. Because at the end of the day, if I say yes, if I decide to change my last name,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like I hope that we're working with each other and not against each other
Amen.
to build whatever life it is. Oh, BT Dub, please y'all have some of these important conversations before y'all hop into these motherfucking relationships.
Please
And now
do.
here y'all are down the line and y'all confused about important shit. Like, whether or not y'all want kids,
Hmm.
whether or not y'all supposed to be in a poly relationship.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if not, you be wasting your time, to be honest.
Thank you, Jill. You do.
Thank
You
you,
do.
Jill.
But I think it's important to have all them types of conversation, even down to y'all sexual appetites and what y'all like and what y'all
Hmm.
don't like, if you're willing to explore and stuff like that. Because what I will not do
Mm-mm.
is have piss poor sex for the rest of my life. You can kiss my ass.
No, no, no. Only way that I will is because like something happened or you got injured or something happened with your health.
Right.
And that's the
That's
definitely
different.
what's part. I'm not leaving you because of that. But you talking about right out the gate.
Right.
And a lot of people do a lot of that stuff because you feel like that you need to settle because of your age or because of whatever, or you just want a person. Listen, I will rock out in this bitch by myself before I do anything. And that I will go whatever trips I want to go on. I will go and do and live a fulfilled life as a single
And
person.
will.
Is that
Right.
my preference? No, but would I settle? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not going to settle be to have a piss poor sex. I don't want to. I'm not settling to be a non-factor in somebody's life. Like I need to. I'm not saying that you need to do everything around me,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some stuff that it would make sense for you to consider your partner when you're making certain
Absolutely.
decisions. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So it's stuff like that. Like it's a lot of things that I think should be important, like should be communication, and should be important. Because I know one particular person that I was getting to know, we stopped talking because they didn't want no more kids, which is cool.
True.
You're an awesome person, but we might as well nip this in the bud right now.
Mm-mm.
When you don't want to continue to get, I mean, if we do, it's gonna be as friends. Because I can tell you
Right.
right now, ain't shit finna happen. You don't want no more children, so what sense does it make
It don't.
to tease yourself like that? That's like if you've ever watched Say Yes to the Dress, and then we gonna wrap up because this we had time. But if you've ever watched Say Yes to the Dress, they always ask them people, "What is your budget?"
Mm-hmm.
They,
Oh,
okay, they say, "What is
oh,
your budget?"
relationship budget, girl. That's a book or a show or something.
I'm
Oh,
just saying because you want to know why they don't want to show you something
baby.
that's outside of your budget.
But
Because
come on,
if the
revelation.
top of your budget is $3,000, they're not going to show you a $5,000 dress because
No,
then
and
you're
then
gonna get
pray
mad,
you can find the other two. Well, you can find 2,000 other dollars for something,
right? Or
girl.
what's gonna happen is you're gonna fall in love with the $2,000. I mean, the $5,000 dress, and then everything under that is going to pale in comparison.
Oh, come on.
So
Oh,
you know what I
that
mean.
was
So what's the
deep, friend.
point? Thank you. Every now and then, every now and then it happens.
Jesus.
But so why would I continue a relationship knowing that a core thing, a core value, or a core desire, a core want, whatever the case may be, we don't align on? You'll never do an hour tonight. You know what I'm saying? So why would I
No,
do
it's
that?
just it's an hour tonight. We try not to go over 2 hours. Sorry. But yeah, it's just an hour tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, why would I do that to myself? It doesn't make
Right.
sense. Cause you not gonna change your mind. You got your situation fixed. You ain't changing your mind.
Right.
Now, if it came to boot, would I adopt a child? Absolutely, but that ain't how I want to start the process off.
Mm-mm. No,
So
I
if
want my
you
own child.
have, right, if you have no desire to attempt to have a child,
Right.
what we doing this for? I'm
Exactly.
cool.
Now, that's your business if you decide you want to be a genie mind and decide later that you change your mind and now you want a kid because you feel like that's what you had to do. Well, I ain't gonna speak for that lady. I ain't gonna speak for that lady. But because, for whatever reason you changed your mind, now you want a kid. That's different. But again, that's gonna be something that you have to deal with on your own later on. But I'm not taking that gamble that
Right.
he may change or he may change his mind later or da da da. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, but this is the end of the show. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Thank y'all so much. Feel free
Appreciate
to
make
watch the playback. Please hit that like button on your way out. If you didn't hit it on your way in, hit that subscribe button. Make sure your bell notifications is on.
all the good things. Once again, tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on in. Y'all know what to do. She got the spices. I got the nasty books. Y'all hit all them links in the.
If you want to use them together, go ahead. Go on and get my honey garlic chipotle lime, grab her book. And if you want to sprinkle it, maybe I
You
need to
see?
start making some dust. Some something that tastes, sweet.
Listen now. Listen
Body
to this.
dust.
Come on,
Body
body
season.
good. Making it taste like a Snickers.
I'm just saying.
Some chocolate
Girl,
covered strawberries.
Irene XK collab. Get you a nasty book and some nasty dust.
So a nasty book and some nasty dust is crazy work. Crazy work.
Oh God! But
But
y'all make sure y'all hit all the links in the description box to support, the Queendom and also support Simply Spicy Spice and Simply K Simone TV and Instagrams and all other good stuff. And I'm gonna let her finish go because she got some other stuff to tell y'all.
oh, that was gonna be it, baby. That's it. Make sure.
She got
Oh
some
well.
shows on Tuesdays on the
Sorry,
Queendom.
I forgot about that. I sure do. So every other Tuesday, there's the Queendom TheQueenDomme here on TikTok. Not on TikTok, bitch. This is YouTube. Anyway, here on YouTube, every other Tuesday, I'm sorry, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. This Tuesday is going to be uh about weird fetishes, I guess you could say.
I'll be there. Meet me there.
All right, and then every Wednesday, I'm also back here on YouTube, 8 Central, 9 Eastern for that show, and it's called Black Girls React. Me and four homegirls, we get on there and we chit chat and talk about all the things, all the things, all the things. But yeah, then of course, just every Thursday here,
Here.
7 Central, 8 Eastern, Irene K Unscripted.
Yes.
Once again, tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on in. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Thank
And
y'all.
we will see y'all next time.